Yes, a fan did that. Now, Ghanaian music sensation Black Sherif sustained a minor injury during a live performance at the Diaspora Dome, that's the University of Ghana, on Friday, June 14, 2025. And the incident occurred while Black Sherif was thrilling a packed audience with one of his hit songs. In a now viral video circulating on social media, an overexcited fan, identified as Agbovi, was seen breaching security and rushing onto the stage. Now, despite attempts by security personnel to prevent him, Black Sherif intervened and allowed him to dance for a while on the stage. Now, the security personnel could be seen trying to escort Agbovi off the stage, but he managed to grab onto Black Sherif, causing the artist to lose his balance and nearly fall into the crowd. Now, following the brief scuffle, security successfully actually restrained and escorted Agbovi off the stage. Black Sherif, visibly shaken, later shared that he had been struck in the mouth during the incident, resulting in a cut on his lip. It's actually his lip. However, Black Sherif resumed his performance shortly afterwards, much to the delight of fans. Let's take a listen to Black Hole fan, everything that was happening there.
Like you know, I am saying town I'm in Tunko. But some of them now full stage and bodyguards. Oh, fine out to the room. Stage now, because I'm bedroom. No, I'm bouncing. Oh yes, I'm from now. I'm bouncing. Me bodyguards, no policemen, no officers. You know, I'm bouncing. And I see official here now. They are trying to say baby, many pandemic. I mean, bouncing in black. So a bad stage, you know. So Sheriff Bravo with you. I know. So oh, pie man, no, I believe. Oh, pie, I know. I'm the day after you. I meet you. I can't know what I mean. I know. So I never bossy. Never doing. Tisiko office ya no mo kasa na. Na me say e ma kwan no ahonhom ni ambenfo bi omundwuma bi ni nyoma bi omoye no. Nso mo soso nyoma mu osoro. Ye ni pian every no pian na we you see. So na me tiasi die. Enya mi o, nyama nia. Tie pa ne se na won sakopo na no sa. Me sa me ade me nkume hu kam se me sabo. Na mu omo chichire me. Okay. Me no me hu de ekos me se me hu black na de. Me nyame ho. Me nya ti abroso. Like eye me se bibie ni. Oh. Hu superstar. Black is the light. Wa follow Sherif nyama bebre the love no ma Black Sherif no ano dene. How Black go. Oh master. We bia boni bia minim seminim. No, nyame false. Nyame nia. They break hits.
And your fault na hwan. I don't know how. Maybe I don't know how some of us, if we happen to be on stage, would actually take that. I know you're a big fan. I know we're all big fans. I don't know how maybe I will see Beyonce and I'll jump on stage to go and harm her, or I don't know how to feel about this. Maybe you would have a different understanding to this, but I think that is not cool. And at some point, I don't know. I just don't know. I've been joined in the studio by Ria and Martinez. And of course, we are going to delve into this issue proper. Also, if you're listening to us and you've been following the story closely and you also were at the event or you saw what happened to Black and you want to share your thoughts on it, you can send me a message via WhatsApp number 0548841039 or on our social media pages at Hitz 1039 FM. Just share what are your thoughts on what Agbovi said to Code Mickey about being a big fan of Blacko and whatever spirit or whatever that came from wherever that, I don't know. Good morning, Ria and Martinez. I hope you're doing well.
Good morning, Doreen.
I hope you had a good weekend. What's the It wasn't good?
So and so.
Oh. Did any of you go for Jeffrey's program?
Unfortunately, I couldn't. I've not been well.
Yeah. It rained on Saturday. It was really heavy.
But I saw it was packed.
It was packed and it was beautiful. Congratulations to Jeffrey Nolte on that beautiful program. On Saturday, there were a lot of events there. Yeah. So, you know.
But Jeffrey, I owe you one though, if you are listening. I owe you one.
Yes, a big one. Congratulations to him. I was at Kempinski. I went for Richie Menson's book launch.
Yes, I
It's your
saw
fault.
that was
Yes,
also happening.
Yes, I was there as well. It was so beautiful. Congratulations to Richie Mensa. He's an author. Just so you know, Scanibia account.
But have you been able to read, you know?
I haven't had the book to read, but I mean, I read excerpts, and they read excerpts of it, and most of the things he said in there, kind of they make a lot of sense, you know. Yeah, they make a lot of sense.
I actually like the title.
Yeah,
of the
the
book.
title, and
yes,
he said
it's your fault.
He said he actually even got the title before, you know, before he started writing, and you could tell that he's put his all. And I think it's a book for all. You all should go grab one for yourself once it's out there, and then, you know, start reading and change your life.
I hope there are some revelations in there. Like,
Of course, there will be revelations.
Yvonne Nelson's.
Oh God,
kind of-
you
It
just
doesn't
That's why I
have
was
to-
asking you if
it
you've been
doesn't-
able to read.
No,
Just
I
have to
haven't
do
read it, but
it.
it doesn't always have to be like that. I think with his own, I mean, Richie is a whole brand on his own, and I'm sure that we followed him music-wise. He's done a lot of things in the industry, and, you know, he goes on to share how, you know, he started it all, you know, in terms of putting the studio, building, his brothers, his siblings helping, and then, you know, some of the lessons he had during his journey into this whole thing. So there's so much in there.
It's beautiful. I mean, Richie is someone I respect so much. He's
Yeah.
paid his dues. He's contributed massively, and, you know, coming out with a book, it's good because definitely you have to put, you know, your experience and your journey into a book for
Very important.
the next generation. I mean, those who admire him, those who want to be like him, those who want to emulate, you know, his footsteps, can have something to read and get to learn. So I will encourage everybody in the space. I mean, you need to share your experience. It's not all the time you pick the mic and then speak as a motivational speaker. Sometimes you have to come out with a book.
I'll make some time and read it, and then maybe I'll come and share some.
Yes, and speaking about that, let me also congratulate Ninoy.
Okay, yeah, on yesterday's show.
Yes, Hitz FM splashed
we'll come back
his
to Black.
pictures,
We'll come back to Black City, but, you know, we have to just make some time to, you know, comment. But yes, yesterday Ninoy actually.
I thought it was his birthday.
Oh, you thought it was because he cut the cake?
The cake is too big.
Why? What do you mean by it's too
It's
big? But there were a lot of
big.
people here.
So that's why they made it that big.
Oh no, but it's a big milestone for him. Like, you know, it was a big deal.
I think Ninoy like big things.
Of
Because,
course, but he's big.
Okay.
people don't disturb me.
You know,
I don't like that.
Congratulations to you.
But I
In
was
fact,
so happy, and I mean, seeing a lot of the gospel artists who came to support him, I think it was beautiful.
yeah.
It was so beautiful, and congratulations to him. Remember, that show, Hitz Praise Zone, will be on every Sunday. That's 5 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Nice.
Mom pass or kono, wait me.
Are we done?
Oh
Sorry,
no,
are we done?
We want.
No. I was about to make a comment about Richie's thing before.
Okay.
And then let me say this before you come.
Okay.
Ninoy, please make sure you play Kwabna song.
The gospel songs.
He
The
should,
EP.
He knows.
Yeah.
He should play Famia song.
Okay.
He should play Kofi Kinata,
Okay.
Raskuku.
Okay.
He should play their song.
All right.
In fact, I have a playlist I'll give him.
Are you the
Okay.
one to dictate to him what to play?
He shouldn't do what others are doing.
Okay, he should make it, you know.
Yes,
All
he
right.
should play Famia, Kofi Kinata, Raskuku,
Okay.
Team Eternity,
Yes.
Kwabna.
Yes.
He should play their songs.
I'm sure he would definitely do that.
Thank you.
Knowing my brother, I know he would do that. Ria, you were going to say something.
Yes. I was just about to say something about Richie and the artists that have started, you know, putting out books and all that. I feel like they should explore. I don't know if he's done it, but I feel like they should explore the option of audiobooks.
Okay.
Because someone like me, I love to read.
Yeah.
So sometimes I can be between 2 or 3 books at a time.
At a time.
So sometimes listening to it actually helps.
Okay.
You get it. So
Right.
if you're listening to me, please invest in audiobooks so that some of us can also, you know,
All right.
read it fast.
Good
Okay.
suggestion.
Good suggestion. And now, Black to Blacko. I'm sure you have been following the story. Blacko performed at an event. That's a live performance at the Diaspora Dome at the University of Ghana over the weekend. And of course, a fan went on stage, so excited about seeing Black Sherif. He's actually a big Black Sherif fan. Things sort of didn't go as planned, and he ended up hurting Black Sherif on the mouth, or should I say on his lip. There's a cut on it, and of course after the performance, Coded Mickey caught up with him, overly excited. I don't know. He's apologized, but I don't know.
You call that an apology?
I don't know, but I guess so, because he didn't mean it to happen the way it did, but it happened. And he said he's a big fan. He's loved Black Sherif and all that. So, I don't know. What do you think? You don't think that's an apology? You think?
I don't think that's an apology. I think he made light of it. And I don't blame Code Mickey, because at the end of the day, he's a content creator or he's an influencer. So he would want to get some traffic on his page. So I wouldn't blame him or anything, but he didn't deserve that
interview
publicity. He didn't deserve that. Now are we going to make him an overnight superstar for injuring someone? No, you don't do that. You see, you do all this, and then when a celebrity's bodyguard manhandles you, then it becomes like a court case, or it becomes like, oh, this person is unapproachable. This person doesn't like people around, And I must commend Black Sherif for how he handled himself, because he's better than me.
Yeah.
Because it's either I was going to throw my hand back, or I would walk off the stage.
Yeah.
But through it all, he made the security hand. And come on, that one person, and security couldn't do anything about it.
I don't know. Some of them.
I mean, Blacko, again, sometimes you see, we want our fans, or why am I saying our fans like I'm a celebrity?
Oh, you're an artist.
Artists want fans to feel like, yes, they can come close to them, they are approachable and all that. But I don't know whether Black Sherif knows how much of a superstar he is. Because, I think the Konongozongo side of him is still grounded. Yeah, it's still grounded, and he feels like, oh, he's still one of the boys on the streets. But although you don't lose your identity, and we appreciate him for doing that, he has to also realize that he has become a global sensation. So there are some things that he shouldn't joke with. I mean, there are people that have done this in different countries, and they've ended up in jail. It becomes stalkerish. And I remember recently, was it 2 months ago, this American celebrity, Drew Barrymore.
Okay.
She was at a convention. She was speaking. And then a stalker that has been following her for years appears there again. And immediately she saw him, it's like, oh my God, not you again. And then they had to take that man into custody again. So there are people that do that. I'm not saying that this gentleman is a stalker, but come on, tighten security around you. Because today it's just, a cut on the lip. Tomorrow, what is it going to be? Unfortunately, like when I heard him talk, they've granted him really. They grant interview to someone who harms a celebrity.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not part of his team. I don't know how the team runs his day to day, or him going on stage or anything. Just protect your artist. He's a brand now. Anything, he's, regardless of how eccentric he is or he dresses, you should, like, people like him shouldn't be getting cuts on their face, on their lip. No, whether you like it or not, your human body, like the whole body is also the brand. If something, I mean, you wouldn't get people like Rihanna insuring their legs. You wouldn't get in people like Beyonce insuring their backside. People are insuring their skin because in case something happens to that part of their body, their career is over.
Yeah.
So please, let's be guided.
Martinez.
Lauren, this is very sad. Very, very sad. By now, he should be picked up.
Hey.
Honestly.
He should be picked up?
Yes, honestly. He should be sued.
What if Blacko doesn't want that?
You see, that's where the problem is. Because he might be looking at it from the angle that is a fan. I mean, he's someone that admires me, so Charlie. This thing, it's normal. It does happen.
He doesn't want to do it when now they'll say, oh, he's a fan and we're not PC and now you are arresting him or you are suing
Exactly.
him.
Martinez, please, not to cut you, but in relations to what he is saying, right? If it was Blacko that mistakenly hit him,
Yeah, it would have been a different issue.
you get it. They would have gone. He could have sued him and said he has caused him emotional stress or physical harm. He can't move his neck. His lips can't work because Blacko has hit him. So Blacko should bring money. Do you know that?
I know. That it could have been different.
Okay, so for me, when I watched the video, I actually didn't see the punch. Maybe how it was taken or
I'm
the
sure the
angle.
movements. It was the movements.
But reading the story when Blacko mentioned he had a cut on a smart, then I got to realize it's actually true. Because, you could tell that the guy actually wanted to do something to Blacko. I don't see this as a normal thing or just being a fan who is so crazy and into Blacko and seeing him on stage. I don't see it that way. Because the securities were trying to stop him and he was finding his way to Blacko. And he nearly fell. I mean, this is no joke. So for him to make this silly comments, claiming he loves Blacko so much and that is why he had to rush him and all of that. Hell, look, for me, I believe Blacko's team should act seriously on this matter. And, sometimes when these things happen, you hardly get press release from organizers. Addressing some of these issues, condemning some of them, you hardly see a statement.
What if Blacko's team is like, oh,
no. Again, it's a big problem when they go that way. Because we all don't know what will happen tomorrow. And you see, what a guy has done, and it's like people are actually taking it normal, and he feels so powerful. He feels he's done something that, a lot of people might not be able to do. If care is not taken, it's going to encourage others to also fight because he's not the only admirer of Blacko. And so the thing is, you just have to be smart. You have to be hard, find your way, and then, do something so that you trend. If we are not careful, the kind of, system we are going to have when it comes to our security regarding artists is going to be very bad. We saw a video trending on social media where Chede's bodyguard was handling. For me, I think he was doing his work.
He was doing, but he punched too hard.
He was doing his work.
He punched too hard.
That's what people are saying.
Yeah.
So
he could have pushed.
So you look at that one. People are saying this, like you're saying security, manhandled the man. In fact, he went overboard. He did this. Now you also read the comments under Blacko's video. People are also blaming the security. So in one breath, the security is being accused for manhandling certain people. In another breath, the security is being blamed for losing guard. So where are we going?
I don't know if you ever saw this story. Was it the video who was attacked on, like a fan?
Daniel.
It was, and the person kicked the fan.
That is Burna Boy.
It was Burna.
It's
That one was
Burna Boy.
Burna.
Greater
but
Lagos concert. I think
Kiss
5 months
Daniel's,
ago.
Bodyguard that was throwing people around.
Yes.
You see, artists need to be protected because the work they do, in fact, the kind of people that they perform to, not everybody that comes to the concert is sane. not everybody in suits, is correct out there. So if security is not tight, we might end up losing certain, artists. And there are countless examples of, incidents like that. In fact, an artist got shot on stage in the US. He was shot. As if that was not enough, the shooter killed other 3 people before a police officer killed him.
Oh.
He shot an artist on stage. Just imagine. Again, a fan went onto the stage to also bite the bottles of an artist.
Which artist was that?
Yeah, that's bizarre. He was
serious,
he was actually preparing to play. Yes, a guitarist, part of a rock band. And then someone just ran, in fact, he managed to find his way to beat the securities. Before they realized he has climbed the stage. All he could do was to bite the bottles of the artist.
Or cut their head.
Yes.
Some people have fetishes. Like,
so
you can't
No,
do
but you
anything.
bite
So
it
Doreen,
and then what happens?
Imagine it was a woman. Because you think about some of these things and you wonder, like, are these people animals or what?
Oh.
You see, for me, I support every artist that also take the security around them very seriously. In fact, they actually involve themselves. Someone like Burna Boy, no matter how people feel he overreacted, what he did was right. We've seen a video also trending where a fan was actually shoved off. He was pushed off stage when he climbed it at a performance of rapper Lil Scrappy.
Okay.
I think, just recently,
I think this
June
has
5th.
happened so many times.
Yeah,
when it comes
honestly, I feel like we didn't used to see this as Ghanaians because naturally we are very conservative as a society. But I feel like watching TV and social media and seeing other cultures do it, it looks as if it's a new trend that people want to, and can't you see that they always shoo you off?
But still,
There's sorry Martinez. There's a Cristiano Ronaldo.
yeah.
I feel like for some time now, people rush towards him because they know he's going to sack a security and take
Okay.
and take
Yes,
photos with
yes.
them because it has become such a nuisance that the man is playing and then people break free from the stands and run onto the field to take pictures with him or get an autograph or something. And him being the kind-hearted man that he is, he shoos his security and allows them to touch him, to hug him, to do all that. Thank goodness nobody has tried to harm him.
Yeah.
But you can never know when it comes to human beings.
You see, some are so stubborn to the extent that no matter what you do, they'll still break protocols. And that is why you have to punish them very, very, very well. Because we are talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. When it comes to football, it has one of the strongest security system when it comes to protocol. Yet so.
People still
break.
jump.
Yes,
They jump.
Because you see the stewards at work. And what all they do is to just monitor the crowd. But still, people are able to find their way onto the pitch.
stadium.
So
Pitch and
these
all that.
things will always happen. But how do we deal with it? You understand? So with what happened to Black Sherif, where he's reached now, becoming a global icon. In fact, he is one of our best, brands when it comes to our music. We cannot afford to lose Black Sherif, especially in such a silly, manner. With this, if Blacko had fallen and, something happened, we would have been discussing
That would be
a
another
different
miss.
issue.
Yeah.
So I feel the guy shouldn't be happy wherever he is, thinking he's done something that, fine, his friends may praise him because they feel he's the hard guy. But what he did, he should understand that he's lucky.
It's Blacko.
Yes.
If it was
Had it been
somebody
any
else-
other artist, I've seen people mentioning artists like Shatawale. You can't do this to him. You can't do this to
Stonebwoy. You can't do that
I mean,
to
like
him.
what he was trying to do, attempting. For me, he was like attempting to hit Blacko. And now you make a U-turn and say you admire him so much, and you admire someone and you attack the person. I mean, come there and enjoy, have fun. He is performing. Enjoy the music.
It's different when he calls
Yes,
you on
if he is
stage.
done and you like to take a photo with him, that's fine.
Some fans complain that when they want to take photos with the artist, it's usually difficult.
Is it by force?
When you go calmly, it's difficult. So
Is
maybe
it by
that's the
force,
only way
Doreen?
he could have gone
Is it
on
by
stage.
force?
It's not by force,
The,
but
the,
they are
the
fans.
artist cannot take picture with every fan.
I thank
cannot
God
take
for
photo
creating
of
me how
them.
he created me, because honestly, I don't like to meet my idols. It's true.
No, but even
unless I want
but
you
yeah,
to
but
mentor
sometimes-
me, I don't like to meet my
but
idols.
even that, when you meet them, you comport yourself.
Exactly.
Like you don't have to act.
I don't
abnormal,
like
you
even like
comport yourself.
I wouldn't like to even talk to them, because I have a feeling they may disappoint me in maybe their utterances, their outlook in life. So let me admire you from a distance. You get.
So-
are they sure that they know they are human beings like us?
Well, it's, we all see people differently. What I see, or if I see a Beyonce, the way I will carry myself is different from the way you carry yourself.
Yeah.
I might actually go to her team and be like, oh, hey, I'm a big fan. I would like to take a photo with Beyonce.
That's the right way.
That is how I might handle it. That's because maybe I know better. But some people...
But apart from that, what will you do?
No, but that is because I know better. Somebody does not know that there's a team. They just see beyond. They might see the artist and be like, oh, I like this way. Okay, I remember. Then there's another story. Sorry to bring it up. I remember there was this time, when the whole stories came around. Oh, Sarkodie is arrogant. Sarkodie is rude and all that. Then I remember around that time, he had gone to a radio station on his way out. A fan saw him, wanted to take a photo, and I think the fan was snubbed.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that one became a whole issue.
It was a lady.
Yes, and at the time, and if I remember, we also later heard that he was actually not in a good mood.
Yeah.
And that's because every artist, it's not every time they're in
Artists
good.
are human beings like us.
Exactly, but how many people will understand? This is just a normal fan.
That is why securities will also handle them
And
the way
I
they are
don't
supposed
think
to
that
be handled.
can we also spare him and say that maybe he did not know his actions would have caused
Doreen,
Blacko to
Fine,
Doreen,
don't go on the stage.
We cannot spare him on this. In fact,
Don't go on the
I'm
stage.
even blaming the securities because they shouldn't have allowed him to.
They tried. If you realize the security they were trying to buy.
And then Blacko should get stronger security
Exactly.
men.
What
You should go
kind
and
of
see-
trying
you
is
should go
this?
and see Kiss Daniels for training.
What kind of trying is this?
We don't want Kiss Daniels people. They'll break,
No, but-
they'll
but-
break our body.
Then
where-
you learn sense.
Especially where Blacko has reached, his security has to be very tight. Very, very tight. Because look at what happened. It's very bad. It sent a bad signal. Although it happens everywhere, it doesn't look good on the artist. Not at all.
Yeah.
And so, wherever the guy is, should be ashamed of himself. At least inflicting a pain.
Did he sound? Did
Come
he
on.
sound like cool? It looks like he sounded.
Yes, when you watch the video, it's like this is violence. This is violence because he was being stopped, but still, what if the security had pushed him straight from the stage? You should get a security team like Cheddars.
Hey.
And that's one day.
To me, go ahead and see my.
But I mean, fans, let's just let's all be careful out there.
Let's be
We're big
guided.
fans. Let's be guided and let's know how to relate to these artists. They are human beings just like us. So sometimes you have to take it easy on them. I'm sure we'll continue the conversation elsewhere. But we are moving on from Blacko and his fan to copyright issues. Copyright Office warns TV stations against piracy. Now, we started a conversation. We've been having it over and over every time issues with copyright comes in. And then last week, I think the the biggest one was the movie Straw, where a TV station actually picked something from Netflix and decided to show it on their platform. So I said, we can't want to why somebody would do that. Now, Copyright Office warns TV stations against piracy. So the National Anti-Piracy Committee of the Copyright Office of Ghana has issued a stern warning to all television stations in the country, cautioning them against the unauthorized use, broadcasting or distribution of copyrighted content. In a press statement signed by William Bonsu, Principal State Attorney, Copyright Office of Ghana, is mentioned that the committee has noted that some TV stations are engaging in the illegal practice of downloading and airing copyrighted materials such as films, series, documentaries, and sports broadcasts without obtaining the necessary licenses or permission from the right owners. The committee emphasized that this practice constitutes a serious offense under the Copyright Act 690 as amended and may result in severe legal consequences, including fines, imprisonment, or both. The unauthorized use of protected works not only undermines the industry. Yeah, so like, where did I jump? I jumped a bit. Yeah, so like, yes, 690, that's the act as amended and may result in several legal consequences, including fines, imprisonment, or both. Now, the unauthorized use of protected works not only undermines the creative industry, but also deprives creators of their rightful earnings and contravenes Ghana's national and international obligations. So to avoid legal repercussions, the committee advises all TV stations to cease and desist from broadcasting any content without express rights or licenses, obtain proper authorization from rights holders or licensing agencies before airing third-party content, maintain clear records of content acquisition and licensing agreements for inspection. So this is it. As I said, this is a conversation we had last week after the movie Straw by Tyler Perry was out, and my friend Eden will say Tyra Pelly.
He also had a share.
Yeah, he's had his share. So in that conversation, I remember Ashes was not happy at all. Robert, I mean, everybody was not happy because, how? And as I said, nobody can convince me and say that, yeah, and shed that. Like, I don't get it, but Copyright Office has come out. You think it's a step in the right direction, warning them? Is that a way to go?
Doreen,
yes,
it's it's interesting. Okay, so I have heard people saying it's not their mandate.
Mm-hmm.
They actually don't have the right to do so.
Oh, how?
Yes.
Oh, you mean as in who?
I mean the copyright organization. Yeah,
Okay.
they don't have the right.
How?
It's an argument on the other side, and that brings to mind the National Classification Authority.
Mm-hmm.
I remember some time ago they came up. Yes,
We even
with-
had a conversation, I think.
yes, with a directive that any content, especially like movie or music video, whatever you are going to show, need to be classified. What happened?
It needs to be classified. Are we taking them? Are we taking the films? Are we taking all those things to them?
Yes, so
Because this is done. Listen, most of these things are done on hindsight. Like, people do not know. It is when you and I chance on it that we start voicing. Because, for instance, this thing that was aired on that TV platform, it was someone who screenshot it and put it on social media before we all started talking. And with the Nigerians too, it was a complaint they made. That was why you and I saw it. So until some of these things come to light, you and I don't know what people are doing.
So you listen to the PRO, and one thing you get clearly from his statement is that they don't actually have the funding to execute this.
Oh.
I listened to him on Top FM. I listened to him on Peace FM. They don't actually have the technology to monitor the space. On Top FM, he was very emphatic. He said they lack technology to monitor the space.
Not good.
The other side is funding, is money. And on Peace FM, I remember how Christianers, really drilled him on the show. Yes, because if you are talking about piracy and all of that, you get to the roadside, you see people selling pen drives, people selling CDs, they are all, pirating. So how are they dealing with that? I like the efforts. I like the energy, the zeal to do the work. But if there's no funding, or they don't have enough funding, if you don't have technology to monitor, it will be difficult. So I think the first have to put things in order.
So what? The warning is not enough?
Of course. That is why I'm calling on the classification authority. That what happened, because for me, that directive, I thought it was the best to survey the situation. Because if they find you airing something or a content that has not been classified, then they take action. Then all of a sudden, it's like, we are not hearing anything again. And these are some of the reasons why they came up with this directive. When it comes to movies being shown on TVs, and it is not today. It's been there way back. I remember back in the days, this station, Metro TV, used to show movie every Thursday evening. Yes, and some of us, we didn't miss it. That was the time they showed Isa Kaba and most of the interesting Nigerian films that time. And even TV3. 10 o'clock, they also have,
had a slot that
yes, African theater. I'm sure they all did the right thing. I'm very sure. Because it will be a surprise
if
stations or media houses like, Media General TV3 and Jospon Group, Metro TV actually didn't do the right. So it's normal. If it's a good content and you feel you have to show it, is safe for your viewers to watch, you go through the right process. Now, TV stations are so much in the system. In fact, it's saturated. It's crazy.
Yeah, so you're not even able to monitor.
Yes, and that's where I understand where they are coming from.
That's
They don't have the technology to monitor. So if you don't have the technology, then how do you come out to say you are taking action? Because how are you going to do it? Are you going to issue the warning and think the media houses are going to go by that? Or because there are some that are actually doing things the right way, which is the recognized one. But those that are not actually recognized, that they are also operating, I think NMC has to come in. NCA also has to come in. This should be a collaborative work. National Classification Authority also has to come in. If not, then it's like much ado about nothing, pouring water into a basket. It's zero. Because you listen to the man's conversation and he come back to the same point, that the reason they are not able to function well is because they are not having adequate, finance. Yes. And at the same time, don't have technology. So they need to get those things done. How are they monitoring it? I mean, once they team up with NCA and NMC, a lot of TV stations need to, need to be clamped down.
Yeah.
Yes, they need to take it, because some of them, the content they are showing is so bad to the extent that
there are some stations that only show foreign content
from morning to morning. All they do, and you see, they are able to attract viewers because of the kind of movies they show. Had this not been out, you wouldn't have,
as I said, and it took somebody to actually film it, put it on social media before.
Yes, and I've seen a story. That's if Fias Wasniga has also reported to Tyler Perry.
Of course,
to take action against the media house. I say, Doreen, in all of this, piracy is not good.
At all.
We sit back and discuss artists going through, hard times, especially at their, old age, where even bills for, medications and even normal upkeep, money becomes a very difficult situation. And some of them die out of poverty. Meanwhile, they've worked so much to the extent that they shouldn't go through those kind of, situations. But because their works are not protected enough, they end up gaining nothing from their sweat. and then they will come back, solicit for support, and people will be like, oh, this, kind of work as a musician or as an actor, it doesn't pay. There's no positive. But these same people criticizing our artists and actors here are praising, others in United States, in UK, they see their house. It's because of the system.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you are a creative person, automatically you are super rich. But because we have a poor system, we are not able to eat from our sweat. And so television houses, programs managers should be able to work with local content creators. At least they should pay them something so that they can come out with some good content for them to show. There are directors here. There are actresses and actors
we have
here.
everything that we can do.
They feel it's expensive. And so they won't go. They will rather go for those videos online, download them, come and show. You are not doing any good. You are not helping the system.
Who asked them to open a TV station then?
That's another question for them.
Have we sent you?
Whew.
You don't have content. You don't have people to produce content or work for you. Then you go and open a TV station. I blame the people giving them the license to do that. Nobody has sent you. If you don't have content, if you don't have a mission and a vision for your television station, close it down. What's wrong with people?
It's hard.
What's their name? Copyright, what? Office. A Nigerian will say, no be cho, show workings, show doings. What's there? I'm warning you. Every day we are warning.
But that's the only way they can.
Every day. And it's clear they are calling their bluff. Because how many times have we heard them warning? These stations are calling your bluff. We've been complaining about this thing. Excuse me to say, I'm so sorry. This is morning radio. But there was a television station in Accra here showing porn at night.
And that's one day. I don't even know what to say.
We all know. That's why you don't know what to say. They didn't care.
Yeah.
People asked, like, how embarrassing can it be? How embarrassing can it be?
A whole lot going on.
Something that is on YouTube. How bad is it that you go and take something that's on YouTube that I need data? I just need data to watch.
They download.
Then you download it and put it on your television station.
For those who don't have access to YouTube.
I don't know what the Ghana Independent Broadcasters too are doing, because it is tarnishing your image. Seriously. You just don't get up. You have the money and you don't know the technical know-how. You don't have the equipment. You don't have anything. You just get up and say, oh, I have a vision. I want to open a radio station. I have a vision. I want to open a TV station.
Open.
Even those in the business for long, excuse me to say, even with multimedia, we have our issues. Do you understand? It is not easy. It is not easy
at all.
You think, when it comes to digital now, everybody has digital TV, so people will watch your television station just because of that. Do you know the hard work it takes? Do you know even how to get viewership? Do you know how hard it is?
It's gonna be tough.
But then
it's gonna be a long journey.
And it's so sad. A whole Ghana, for how many years now, we don't have any monitoring interface to monitor what is going on TV stations and on radio stations, and for copyright.
Yeah, we have a lot. Ghana has a.
Some of them, they open the stations and leave them in the hands of visionless people to lead, to manage.
They just open the station and say, oh, they're bedano.
Yes.
So you have somebody who is probably even there, and all their work is to be downloading stuff online just to air on.
Because if you have a station manager who is not innovative.
Yes, if you are downloading stuff and putting there, who are these people even going there to? Because how I know a radio station or a TV station makes money is through ads, right? What are you putting there for someone to say, This
Yeah, they're
program
probably-
is eye catching.
Yes.
But yeah, they're probably making money.
From what?
What money
Could
are
be
they
something
making?
else.
From what?
For adverts. Maybe the adverts that or the
From
ads
who?
that will come to you here and
From
maybe
whom?
they will advertise. them.
Doreen, one thing I've observed, I'm sure you've also observed, that these days media houses are being established just to project maybe the CEO's business. I don't know if you've monitored that line of establishments lately.
Then
Someone into maybe herbal medicine
Yes.
or into any business, then you open up a TV
station.
station. So the main focus or the motive behind this is to project what he does. But forgetting or not realizing that it goes beyond that.
That's a sad way to exhibit your riches.
You think you are employing workers. It's good. You are creating employment. That's fine. But you need to do it the right way. A friend called me that he is leaving his station where he works because he's been told he's not bringing sponsorship onto his drive time show. So they are not paying him. And I was asking, so what's the work of the marketing team? Yes, I understand the presenter also need to bring, some numbers. But what is exactly the work of the marketing team?
It's not I don't think it's every station that has a marketing team.
So why are they not having proper structures? Recently, the 64 radio stations or media houses that has been, claimed, I've seen people coming hard at the government. But yes, some can be defended, but some too need to go out of the system. They need to go off. Because if you are not operating in the right way, like I said, you don't leave the station in the hands of a visioneer. You stay home. There's one station, very interesting, the owner can call into the show or can call into a program at a time.
I say that when you free,
my kid wants to watch this, so show it. So let's say as we are having this program, if it's a TV program you're having, a call will come through that my kid wants to watch this. You guys should show it. So it tells you how some are running it. And you see, we are not in to kill someone's business or maybe to condemn someone. But what we are saying is, if you are establishing a media station or a media house, you need to understand what you are going to do. Understand the space. Leave it in the hands of innovative people who are innovative. The fact that he is your right hand doesn't mean he can handle every aspect of your work. If you feel he is not good at that area, employ someone who understands the space. Because there are, like I said, look at what Fifi Koma is doing. If you sit one-on-one with him and have a discussion, at least let him understand, your budget, your dreams, your vision. There are so many content Ghanaian film producers, Ghanaian content creators can come up with. It's a win-win situation. There are some, they are also looking for the space, to shine. Or they're also looking for the space to grow. So when you team up with them, they can come up with some very interesting content for you to be showing, and that will make your station stands out from the rest. But you don't want to get in touch with these people. You go online, pick any content to come across, because it's not Ghanaian. You feel it will be difficult, locating you. You are free.
Everything is on the internet now.
Once you do that, you are not helping us. You are not helping the local, creatives to grow.
Well, I'm praying that the Copyright Office will not only warn, but they will go ahead to do something more than that, so that some of these things will stop. And I'm praying that the movie Straw, will be the last one that...
We pray straw is the last straw.
Yes, it's the last straw. But if anything comes up again, I think they will definitely need a scapegoat to actually deal with, so that subsequently some of these things will not happen again. But I wish we could go on, but this is where time will permit our discussion.
This is Hitz.